Okay, which you can clearly see, I literally just stopped it and restarted, which is fine. This is Darth Dragon, that's my name. Let's do 16 and 17, and I've got an 18th problem I kind of want to take a look at. So, number 16. A grocery shop sells walnuts for 40% markup. So, we have walnuts go for 40% markup, which, if you think about it, just means that the walnuts get sold for 140% of whatever the grocery store can buy them themselves. Well, they buy them themselves for $4.50. That's the original price per pound. We want to know how much they're going to sell for. So if we think about 450 as 100% right now, we can find 1%, which is a little odd with the decimal, but it's fine. It's just going to be a really small number, 0.0450. And from there, we want to find 40%, or we could even do 140%, but I'm fond of just doing 40% and adding later. So 40%, this times 40. 0.0450 times 40. 0 times anything is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. So now we need to put the decimal in the correct spot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 digits behind the decimal. So the decimal is actually going to go right here. And I know that's a little small. I hope you can see that well. So this is 40% would be $1.80. 40% would be $1.80. So in order to find, sorry about that. In order to find 140%, which is the 40% markup, we would have to add this to that. Now we know that 80 cents plus 50 cents is $1.30, and that's going to get a little wacky, so let's just add it over here. That will be 0, that'll be 13, and that will be 6. So we'll bring the decimal down, $6.30. Okay? Number 17. The price of a new car was $22,500. The car lot was having a 5% sale. So what would the price of the new car be? So this is how much it originally was, but it's a 5% sale, and we know that if you are on sale, then it's actually 5% off. So there's a 5% sale, but that means the price of the car is 95% of its original value. Think negative 5% because of the sale, so 100 minus 5 would be 5%, 95. So we're going to sell for 95%. So the original 100% is 22,500. 1% is 225. And we want to find 5%. I'm going to do 5% first because multiplying something by 5 and multiplying something by 95 is a little bit different. So let's do 5%. 225 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 would be 12. And 5 times 2 would be 10 plus 1 is 11. So this is how much the price is reduced by, but to actually figure out how much the car costs, we would have to subtract that from the original price. So we'll say 22,500 minus 1125. So I gotta borrow quite a bit. That's going to become a 4, that's going to become a 10, but then I got to borrow over here to want that to become a 10, so this becomes a 9. So here we are, and hopefully you followed this little bit. We say, borrow from get that 0 to be a whole number, but I want this 0 as well, so I strike that out, make that a 9, but 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7, 4 minus 1 is 3, 2 minus 1 is 1, and then we got the 2. So 21,375 is the sales price for this new car. Okay, one more thing. I want to basically do a problem where I reduce hold on. I got distracted. Okay, I want to do one with the remainder. So let's say that you have $4,000. Okay? And you spend, let's do something relatively easy. We'll do 25%. You spend 25% on groceries. And you spend 30% of the remainder, basically what you have left after you've taken 25% off, 25% and spent that on groceries. So 30% of the remainder on clothes or entertainment, doesn't really matter, clothes. So we want to find 25% of 400 and or 4,000, and we're taking that away. Some of you can see that in your head, but let's do 100%. Well, that's equal to 4,000. 1%, that's equal to 40. Move the decimal over twice. 2 of those zeros get canceled out. 25% is going to be 25 times 40. So there's a 0 there. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8. It'll be 1,000. So you spent $1,000 on groceries. That means you have $3,000 left over. So this is your remainder. And from here you need to figure out what 30% of this is in order to figure out how much money you're spending on your clothes. So if I want to know how much money I'm spending on clothes, I would say now 3,000 is my new 100%. Basically, that's the new number I'm working with. So I'm going to call that my new 100. 1% is 30. And I want to know what 30% of this is, so I'll say 30%. 30 times 30, well, 3 times 3 is 9. It's basically 9 with 1, 2 zeros. So this is 900. So I've spent $900 on clothes. Now, depending on what the question asks, the question wants to know how much did you spend on clothes, you would say, well, 900. If you wanted to know how much is left, you would say 3,000 minus 900, which is 0, 0. 30 minus 9 would be 21. So you'd have 21,000 left over, or $900 left over. This is 2,100. Depending on what the question was asking. But I hope that's clear. Obviously, I want you to ask questions in class. So let's do well on this test. Have a good day, guys.